So Wendy Williams might be close to being free from her conservatorship. I'm so happy and excited about this. The last time you saw me on this channel talking about Wendy Williams was last year when we had the Lifetime documentary showing her decline and her dementia and her mental problems and her forgetting and all of that. I talked about the documentary last year. I just jumped right into the video. Hello y'all, I am Bria Van Kooten. Welcome back to the channel. I jumped right in, but welcome back y'all. I just am excited to talk about this that I jumped right into it. But yes y'all, I am back with another video. We are talking about Wendy Williams today. Yesterday she took a test to determine her mental and she passed it, flying colors, 10 out of 10. So this proves that nothing is wrong with her, which I knew from before because listening to her interviews, watching her interviews on The Breakfast Club, she was on Don Lemon's podcast, she was on 2 other shows, and then she had a documentary with TMZ. Definitely check that out. It's on Tubi. I watched it like a couple weeks ago. So watching all those things and hearing her speak, I was like, she is fine. She is definitely fine. And her acing that mental test yesterday definitely is a great leeway into her being free from this conservatorship. And I hope that this helps push the process forward. And she is now in the hospital because yesterday her friend, I forgot her name, Gina, I think her name is Gina, but they said, Wendy, we're gonna call the cops, we're gonna get you removed from here because Wendy hasn't been seeing like her doctors up to date, and the Guardian has been keeping her from seeing the doctors. And of course, if you guys have been following the story from her going outside, getting some fresh air and just living like a regular person, she's been in this, what she calls a luxury prison, in this facility for people who are losing their minds. And she's just been in this room and not being able to go outside and get some fresh air. She was able to go to her dad's birthday, celebrate her dad's 94th birthday. She was able to celebrate her son's graduation, but that's just 2 occasions. And then the other day she's just cooped up inside. So going back to last year with the documentary, now knowing all of this, I understand, and I'm putting things together of how she looked like she was going on a spiral in that documentary. One, of course, as you guys know, while the Wendy Williams show was going on, her and her husband was divorcing, which I know definitely took a toll on her, of course, especially he now was having a baby on Wendy, and on top of that, a daughter. And if you don't know anything about Wendy, you know she's always wanted a daughter. And now this man that she's been married to, been with for years and years and years, now he's having a baby on her and it's a daughter. So I know that kind of drove her a little crazy. And then on top of that, her mother passed away during this time as well. So that definitely is another strain on her mental. Then on top of that, now she's losing her show, her talk show, which she now says she doesn't really care to have a talk show. She didn't really care to have a talk show. She more likes the radio and like podcast style. She didn't like just like being in front of the camera all the time. So hopefully like when she's out of the conservatorship and everything is back to good, she gets a podcast, which she wanted years ago when the Wendy Williams show was ending. So hopefully now she can go back to that, because I would love to hear her every single day or at least once a week. So knowing all that we know now, like I said, all those things I just listed, now losing your show, and now of course that would drive anybody kind of mentally crazy, not to call anybody crazy, but that would like give you a mental decline. Now on top of that, her adding in alcohol, her drinking, that definitely messes up your mental as well. And we don't know really what type of care this Guardian and the people around her was giving her. Yes, we saw that documentary, but that could have been set up and staged and everything. We don't know what kind of medication they was giving her. This is all alleged in my mind. Allegedly, medication they was giving her, things they were giving her if they were handing her this alcohol to drink. So yeah, obviously we saw Wendy drinking, yes, but then we don't know other things that they were putting onto her, because watching that documentary definitely made me very sad, and you can see some type of mental problems going on. But like I said, listing all those things that was going on during that time in Wendy's life, you can see how that can bring some type of mental decline. And during that time, it really made me sad because Wendy was on such a high. If y'all remember, if y'all Wendy fans like I am, she was on such a high. Not only she had her movie, her Lifetime movie coming out, but she also had a documentary. She got a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Her show been doing great, but everything was just going great for her. So to go from that high and then boom, you lose your show and all of this happened, is like some type of ploy to like shut her down. Like it's like, what were they trying to do? Like, they were trying to shut my girl down. Like, I really believe that. Now fast forward, ending of 2024 going into 2025, we see, you know, people start saying free Wendy, what's going on? Her niece Alex comes out. We're hearing all types of things. From even last year, that conservatorship thing sounded crazy. Even when going back to like Britney Spears, that always sounded crazy to me, especially when somebody's not in control of their own money, and then that they worked for and made, and then going into like that guardianship, somebody now having to, first of all, the guardian is not your family, which is crazy to me. Just some random stranger controlling you and controlling your money and having access to your money that you worked for is crazy. So that whole thing never made sense to me and was always kind of fishy. So now that we're having like an investigation into the guardianship and the guardian and all that, I love it. And I'm definitely happy for Wendy, and I'm happy that she has allies and people on her side to help her, and she's able to speak for herself and give her own voice. And I love watching, like not watching, but listening to her on The Breakfast Club and hearing her point of view and her, just hearing her speak, because just to hear Wendy, and I'm a fan, and watching her show every day, that was like one of my favorite things. So not having her on TV every single day, it pisses me off. So anytime I can hear her speak when I'm listening to the Breakfast Club interviews, I'm excited to hear it. The only good thing I always say coming out of this is that she didn't have to pay her ex-husband. That is the only good thing I would say coming out of this conservatorship, guardianship, all of this. She didn't have to pay Kevin a cent. So that's the one thing I'll say. But other than that, I need her to be free. I need her to have her money. I need her to sue the guardianship program, because there's no way that a lot of her money is not missing. So I need an investigation into her Wells Fargo, her coins, her money, all of that, because there's no way that she's not missing money. Even the luxury prison that she says, the adult facility. This morning I was listening to the Breakfast Club interview, and she said it's $18,000 a month staying in that. Like, she has her stuff in storage. The guardian sold her cats. Like, y'all know she loved her cats. Chit Chat and My Way, she loved those cats. So it's just so much bad shit that they did to my girl, and I just can't wait for justice to be served and her to be free. And I hope that is soon. It definitely looks like it's going in the right direction. So I'm definitely happy and excited about that, and ready for her to get back to her life. Not even getting back to like work in front of TV. Yes, I would love that, but I'm ready for her to get back to her life and her, what's gonna be her new normal, and for her to get her money and everything in order, and for all of that to be behind her, because Wendy is part of the culture. Like, she really is that girl. No matter what people try to like take away from her or say about her, or that she's this and that, she talk about people, blah, blah, blah. But that is her job, and that's what she does. And everybody loves the Shade Room, and they love the neighborhood talk, and they love gossip and all these gossip places, media takeout, throwback with that one. But they love all these things. But Wendy was the pioneer of that. So like, she really started this shit. It's just that she wasn't afraid to say how she felt. And people always hate people, or not even hate, but just dislike people that are truth tellers, that don't care, and that speak freely, and they don't give a damn. You know, it's always they don't like them. And one thing I always say, Wendy talked about people's business, but she also talked about her own business. That's my little Wendy Williams update. I was watching like the interview, like I said, on the Breakfast Club, and watching her, and she's supposed to be on The View this Friday, so I definitely will be watching that episode to hear what she has to say on The View, and definitely following like the updates for the rest of the week, because like I said, right now she's in a hospital. She's out of the adult facility, she's out of like that area, she's in the hospital right now. So at least she gets a little bit of like fresh air from that place. So hopefully throughout the next couple of days in the week, some type of good things come out of that, hopefully, fingers crossed. As well as she got a new lawyer, a lawyer that she trusts, and she also got like a private doctor to evaluate her. So like I said, that's a good thing as well. And she is also almost at her goal for her GoFundMe. So like things are going in the right direction. So I just hope and pray that everything goes well and smoothly. So yeah, that's my Wendy Williams update, y'all. Definitely comment down below, let me know what you guys think. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace, love, deuces.